Oh, I'm live. Let's see. Let's get a. Well, that's good. I'm on the Slacks. Cool. All right. Well, that's good. I guess that's plus. Let's go solve some problems. I'm gonna talk to myself, so that's fun. I don't want this. This should not exist. Delete. We should never see that. All right. We've got Milo.adobe. Yay! And if we go to, let's say, let's go to FAQ. So we are living in a block world. So if we go to something like main and do like, we have these different blocks, and I think this will show up. So in a block world, if we inspect this, we have cas config, and you'll see this is probably not a good example. So maybe let's go to marquee, and this will probably be a better indication. So we have all of these different blocks, and if we were to inspect this, or maybe even better, if we were to view source on this, select it all. Let's go into here. My slacks are being blown up now. Oh, good. Okay. I'll throw that in. We will say it's, okay, cool. Format document. And you'll see that we have all of these like marquee. So you have all these divs with these classes. The challenge we have is these little guys or girls, in that they kind of are not where they need to be. Notice how they're not constrained. This is the sort of container problem that we have. Is blocks are fine. We have this block, we have the background, foreground, and we can say, oh yeah, we want this content to be constrained because it's in the foreground. But we don't have that for like non-block content. It's just hanging out here. Because we want blocks to be free, and so that's great, but then that also means that we have no place for these. So what we want to do is we want to put them in some sort of default content. Now, you could argue that we have this little section wrapper here, but this gets kind of gross pretty fast. So we actually have sort of a different implementation in this project called Milo, in that we just give you the div, so here you have cas config. So what I'm going to do is we're going to fix this, and it's a little bit of a recursion problem because we have to find, if you look here, you have to find all the pieces that are directly under this div, or potentially not. You might have multiple divs, and these are typically called sections, although a lot of people don't necessarily use those, and I'll explain how that can work. We can actually make some mock data even if it doesn't mean anything. So we'll just go to Adobe SharePoint and go into Milo. Let's go into drafts, CMLR. Let's just call this section contain. Oh, wait, we don't need a folder. We need a document. All right. So we'll just say, here is my default content. Maybe we have some lipsum. So go steal some of this. Boom. My friend. Cool. All right. Hopefully it's working for you, Ryan. If it's not, let me know. So we're just going to call this container. Let's call this section container. And I'll explain like what's happening in Milo. So we'll just say, here's some more content. We'll just say, you know, list item 1. Why is this all different sizes and weird? Okay, cool. So we'll just say, you know, maybe list item 1, boom, list item 2. Let's take these. Again, we're just creating some sample content so we can kind of see what the problem is. So we got a list item, and then maybe we could throw in a marquee here. We'll just, again, this is all kind of fake. We can say, oh, we want to insert a table. Very simple table. Marquee. So this is going to spit out a class for us. And then maybe we want, again, we'll copy that, throw that in, boom. A little fun fact, if we want a space between these, because this can get kind of, okay. This spacing can get kind of funky, so you can go into the title of your block and you can just hit return, and that'll give you a space above your block. And I'll move this over so you don't see my face covering this, so that might be better. This is incontinent. We don't need that project. We're actually going to be working in Milo. So hopefully this will be in the right spot. Again, I'm sort of monitoring my slacks. So in case somebody says like, hey, this is not working, or this looks weird. And the other thing we can do, we have this, but a feature, again, not a lot of people use this. I think most people kind of think in terms of blocks, but you can do sections. So you can say like dash, 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 more content, dash, 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 and that'll give you that top level div, or at least it should give you that top level div, and we can find out. So we'll throw that in, dash, dash, dash. So I'm curious what this looks like. So let's just Command S this, and then go ahead and Milo preview. Okay, so if we inspect, we can see that we have these top level divs. So a lot of times you'll just get the one div because we kind of have, typically on adobe.com, we live in a sort of block-based world, but you can have these sections. So here you can see we have a section here, but then we have this like out of bounds content, and then we have our nice little marquees. Well, if we think in terms of like a get bootstrap, if we think in terms of like a classic bootstrap example, if we look at containers somewhere, maybe here. Actually, no, let's go to a hero example. I'm sure there should be one here. Boom, here's a good one. Okay, so if we inspect this, we have this entire carousel, and this might actually not be a good example. Let's go see if we can find something better. Do we have a hero? Any sort of hero, anything will do. I thought we would have heroes. Okay, centered screenshot. Can we look at this one? This is not going to. Okay, that's fine. It's probably fine. They might have gotten rid of this. Oh yeah, there we go. MX Auto, they've probably changed this. They must have changed this. Interesting. So they've actually changed how they do containers. The old like Bootstrap 2. All right, yeah, let's go look. Do they have examples? Get started maybe? Or is it Bootstrap 3? Maybe it's Bootstrap 3. I don't remember. How am I supposed to remember this stuff? This is probably old, so let's do 3 maybe? Okay, cool. Sure, getting started. This is what I'm used to. All right, do we have some examples? Examples, cool. All right, cool. All right, here we go. This is where the container metaphor came from. Old stuff, right? We have the container. Your outer over here should be really your gray stuff. And then your container is where you want to crop this stuff off. And this is a pattern. So if we look at like something like marquee, we have these like containers, but these are on the outside. This metaphor is kind of mixed up. Um, so what I've typically done is sort of ignored this, and we're going to fix this. We're going to fix the sort of root problem of this, and we're actually going to move to more of this world, but allow you to have just default content that's just hanging out there. So let's do that. So I'm going to, and you'll be able to style it. We're not going to make this opinionated. Kind of like how where the bootstrap this is going, like MX Auto is probably what they've got going on for this like auto margin stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, they even say like. Okay. Anyway, so now we have sort of our sample. Here's my default content, and we have our div, but we want to group this stuff. So we want to group this stuff. So we need to find basically the direct descendant, the first direct descendant that doesn't have a class, and just group these because we want the P, we want this P, we want this UL, but we don't want this marquee. We don't want to do anything with that really. So this might be gnarly. We'll see. So the first thing we'll do, we're just going to go into scripts and do this. Just super duper simple. So we're just going to say, maybe we throw it in decorate area. I think decorate area. So we have decorate links, decorate blocks, and then maybe we would have const. This would be default. And we'd say, we're not actually going to use those, but that's okay. Decorate default. So like decorate default content with our element. And it's probably yelling at us. Why is it yelling at us? Const. Oh, we can't use the word default. Default content. I'm gonna get all. Let's just, you know what? Screw it. Let's just say this. We don't have decorate default. That's fine. So I'll just say function decorate default, and I'll take an element, which if we don't pass one in, it's just going to be the document, which is great. Okay, and we're just going to say, we're going to look for the first tag because we want to keep getting the siblings of this. We want to walk down this and get the siblings. So we're just going to say const undecorated. I don't know. This is going to be terrible naming for now. L.querySelector, and we just want, this is going to be a challenge because this is document. We might want to see if we're getting the body. This is interesting. We might actually only want to do this on, this is interesting. Because I guess you would have to know. So we'll say, hey, this element, we happen to know we're being passed in the document. So let's do, how do you do that? Detect if object is document. Yeah. This is not right. Is that it? We'll see. Console.log, and we'll just say L. Why is this giving us grief? Deprecated. All right, let's go find out because I think I have another code base that has this. Dexter. And if we think in terms of DXF registry, maybe. This element, otherwise it's document. I don't like that either. Let's go see where else we're using. Find it folder, document. I might have already found the answer. That's all terrible. Don't like that. There's got to be a better. What should we use instead? HTML document is deprecated. MDN should tell us. HTML or document. Yeah. Could we just say document? Let's find out. Close this. If instance of document. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Boom. Go back to our page. Here's my default content. We can just go to localhost. Localhost 3000. Boom. See what we got. True. Okay, cool. So we could say we could say we want const parent. So this is the parent. So we're going to say, hey, if element is instance of document, the parent is document l.body. Otherwise, it's just L. Console.log parent. This should just give us the body, which is cool. Hooray! Cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say we know we're going to drop into a div that has the section. So we can say const let's just call this first child equals parent query selector. We're only doing one. We just want to find the first one that doesn't have a class. And we are always going to have that expectation, and we're going to have to refactor this, but that's fine. Our expectation is scope, so that allows us to do an immediate descendant. So this allows us to basically say, hey, body, immediate div, and then immediate, and I think what we can do, again, I'm going to steal from another project. So let's go do a new window, go here, and we can actually take anything that doesn't have a class. This should work. So throw that in, boom, boom. All right, console.log, first child. Boom. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, no. Null. So we have a div. That should have selected the P. Oh, because we're looking for main, body main. So now we got to throw in a little main here, a little main action. Boom. They should no longer. Hey, there it is. Okay. So now what we're going to do. So now we have our first child. So we could say if first child, because this won't find anything. If it has a class, we could actually test this. But if first child, I would probably say, I wonder if we could do scope plus. This gets into some gnarly CSS stuff. So we would say const children. Wonder how we would do this. Well, let's just do const default block equals first child document create element div default block class name equals, again, just for the default block, and then we could say, hey, default block append child, or just append. Append has a better API. First child. Oh, we would want to know where to place default block. Normally we could do like a replace. Oof, that's rough. I wonder if we can get previous sibling element, right? Previous element sibling. Hey, there we go. Sure. Const prev equals. Okay, so we start that off. We need to append, so we append first child and then prev, and we should be able to insert after JavaScript. Insert after. Yeah. Let's try it. Oh, that's like a parent node insert before. This is going to be a little gross for a while. Insert before. So there isn't. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything. Insert before. I don't like that. We don't want to do insert before. We want to go from top down. This still doesn't quite work because we have to put that node in. Wonder if we can make a copy of an element. That seems to be a little not awesome. Insert. I don't even know what I'm looking for here. Element index in a container. Whew. That's still kind of gross. Not a fan. Seems like we could do better, but maybe not. Yeah. Is that, maybe we should do that. Insert adjacent element. Yeah, I guess for some reason I thought this had to be a string, so I guess that works. Okay, this is fine. Cool. Position. Oh, yeah. So it is. I was down the right path. Thanks, Ryan. Position would be after end, and have default block. So we should be able to append that default block. Boom. So let's go see. Uh-oh. Cannot re-insert adjacent element. What? Is that not? Oh, I wonder. No. Oh, I don't have a previous element sibling here. Ha! Okay. So that would be just insert in the parent. So let's see here. We're gonna have to call 2 APIs for that. That sucks. Oh well. If no prev, so we would actually just say, ooh, that's gnarly. This is gonna be annoying, but that's fine. This is gonna be gross. If no prev, then I still don't like this. Ugh. Actually, you know what? This is fine. So if prev, so we want to do all of this stuff still, no matter what. Although we can't do, we have to do that after we get the previous element sibling. So we get the previous element. If we have prev, we insert else. This is so not functional, but that's fine. This would be just parent, const parent, first child, parent element, right? Equals, things are hard, parent else, parent append default block. Why is this getting all pissy? Oh, because we declared it in the upper scope. Let's just call this, this is a terrible name. Again, more terrible names. Something's broken. Is not a function. Oh, we don't have to. It's just. Oh, yeah, I'm like, what? So we have default block, but we have to insert it at the top. So this is insert adjacent still. After begin. So no matter what, so we could actually say, this is even better. Well, I'm not going to get to, this is going to be a little gross still, but that's okay. After begin. Much better. So we have default block is there. Maybe we just call it default. Although that's probably the roughnecks, the what are they called? The BEM roughnecks. Gotta drive these people crazy. Okay, so we have a working model, but we've got to go get all those siblings. So we have to find all those siblings until we hit something with that, and then we got to collect them. So we have if first child, and we get the parent, and that's cool. We create that, that's cool. Now we have to go find all the siblings. So what we could do I think what we would do, const equals sibs. And this is just going to be an array. We need to have something in that array, I think. Maybe not. I guess that could be, that's kind of weird. No. We'll put the first child in there. So we'll just say children. Cool. So we've got first children, or we've got children. Why are you yelling at me? Do I need? Okay, cool. So now we can do a reducer, I believe. Let me go look at reducer, MDN. This always makes my brain melt. But we should have previous current index array. Previous, I think we should just be able to do that and then supply a value. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is what we want, something like this. Cool. Great artist steal, right? Children, reduce, and we're gonna say const. This is terrible, so just bear with me. We don't want that. Want a nice little. So we're going to pass in the children. And so we would say child. So that's the child. So literally we have the children. Reduce is just iterating through an array. I don't know why it's getting all funk, but what we can do and I think we would do append. This might not work for a second. Child's. So I would call this, let's just call that child array. That's fine. And this would be, I think this would be children. My brain is a little funk, but that's fine. Okay, so we could say, we have the first child is already in that array. So we should be passing in, so we should have, even if we just do a console.log, and we could say return child array. That's going to be less grumpy about us. And we could say console.log child, and we should probably just get that once. Here's my default content from 177. Yay, cool, there's our child. Now, what we can say is const sib, and we could say child query selector. We could probably do, what is it, next element sibling? Next element, next sibling element. Next element sibling, yeah. We could probably do this. This is kind of stupid. We could do it a couple ways. I think query selectors may be a little heavy-handed. So we're just going to say next element sibling, cool, console.log sib dot class name. And it should iterate through every single one. Although I don't, this is weird because we should start off with our entire list. So this is wrong. How would we do that? I think this is still wrong because we only have one. We're starting off with a 1. It's our child. We add it. I guess maybe that's right. I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, it's only doing the 1. That's funny. Oh, because we're already... No, that's not it. Why is it not? Oh, it's empty. Yeah. All right. Let's just if sib. Yeah. Sib.className. If this is falsy, go ahead and child array dot push. This is the sib. Push it in. It only did the 1. We still got the UL. Why? So it only iterates. So we have to have, it's almost like we have to have all of those, which kind of sucks. So how would we do that? The other way, because we want to break these up, because we want to search in here, then we want to search in here. So it's not like we can just traverse all this stuff, because we might also in here, we might have like some crap after marquee. This is a start though. We have our 2 default, and that's right? We have, here's my default and then the lorem ipsum. Here's my default and lorem. Okay, cool. That's a start, but it's only going to go through once because our array starts out as. So how would you do that? Add to an array. So maybe what we just need to do How do we want to do this? Why is this in my face like that? Let's fix this. This is where I'm like, this melts my brain. My brain just doesn't think this way. So I start off with 1, and I need to get all the. I need to go from sibling to sibling to sibling until I hit something that has a class. We could. No, even that wouldn't work because again, we can't just go up here and blindly select everything without a class. We start off with this. Then we move on. So let's think about this. So we have our first child. So how do we create an array? We got to continually push into that array. So this seriously is like, I don't know. Find all. I don't. That's fine. A while. Maybe we do that. So maybe this is easier than I'm making it out to be. Okay. So we would have while, we would have const, this is sibs equals an array, and we would say this would be the first child, and we would say, hey, while first child, oh, it would be, okay, so we would say next sibling. So we would say, okay, this is kind of stupid, but I'm going to try it anyways. Next sibling equals first child. While we have next sibling, because this should be, I'm sure that expected space after a while, really? Okay. We would say next sibling. What is it being all pissy about? Is it constant? Let so we would say boom if class name, it would probably be something like probably some, this is going to be again pretty crude, and no class name, right? Then we need to sibs push next next sibling, next element sibling. Boom. And this if do. Oh yeah. And then we could say get rid of this. So this would be sibs. So we're pushing all the sibs in. That's in the while. We don't want that in the while. Boom, default block, cool. And then we paste it in. Maybe that works. That seems like it would work. Let's see what we destroyed. Oh no, it's just going and going and going. Something's wrong. Okay. Chris broke something. I'm probably gonna have to shut this browser tab down because I borked it. Yeah. Okay. Back to the drawing board. People are blowing me up here on the Slacks. All right, so we have our stupid thing. Somebody talking to me? I don't know. Anyway, sorry. All right, so we know that the problem is we need to, so we start off with sibs, that's the first child. We need something that's like if first child dot next element sibling. Yeah, actually this, right? So, and this would be first child. Push. Oops, sibs dot push next element sibling. That's what we need to do. And if we inspect this, oh, why? I totally killed it. Of course. Okay, back to where we were. Okay, console. So I think I know what we want to do. Let's go inspect this. We have default, cool. So yeah, that's fine. We just need to loop that. Why is my brain not working? Oh yeah, it's 5:40. All right, so okay. Here's what we'll do. Function check sib. We are going to take we just need the array we're going to push in. How do we do this? Still, I wonder if we could do, no, because that for each just runs. Can we map? Still check sib. So we would have the array that we want to push into and the child that we want to look for. So then we would say, hey, return, and you would actually do a, yeah, return array, and you would say, hey, this first child crap. This would be just be child. And we would say array push. And you could actually no, yeah, you wouldn't oh. I don't know. I'm gonna give up. I can't think of add additive array JavaScript. Loop over array as you add to it. This is probably not even remotely close to what I want. It seems like it should be possible. I think I know what we want to do. I think it is back to that reducer. So let's go back. Ugh. Okay. So we're going to, I think I know exactly what we're doing. I'm an idiot, I think. All right. Okay, so const, this is sibs. We are going to have, how would we reduce that? Yeah, it would be. Okay, so we do want to do, okay, so sibs is the first child. We would say sibs, and we would actually say const children. Can we do that? How are we gonna form? Yeah, whatever. Sibs, and we have our dot reduce, and we have our children. This is who we are. This is the current child. We need this, I believe. I think I know what I'm doing. Boom, boom. All right, so what we need is the array. But I'm wondering if... that's okay. We'll find out. It seems like this would only iterate through once because we're actually trying to specifically reduce the array. I think that's the problem. Unfold? Whoa. The accumulator. Array dot reduce accumulator. I think this is... Yeah. This is the accumulator. So this should be the current item in the loop. See, and that's why, so 2, 3, total. Map is definitely not what we want. Well, let's try what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. So we have this new array that we are adding to. So that would actually be, I wonder if we could do the sibs as the, let's just call this current. But it seems like you're starting off with this and then you could never have more than what you're combining multiple array methods. That doesn't make sense. Creating markup, don't care about that. Grouping similar items, no. I wonder if this is given number of first argument, each column versus. I don't think this is right. All right, I'm giving up on the live stream. If I come up with an answer, we will reconvene. I'll explain it.